student, this is Preeti More and I welcome you all today's YouTube video. Today in the last video we have just started chapter 3, the seeds of a revolution, and what we have seen in that chapter, which concept we have covered, like the Neolithic age, what the improvement and what the development the ancient people has done in this Neolithic age. We have seen that they started living in the group, they started doing farming, they cultivating the domestic animal, and even they invented the wheel. This also we have seen in the last video. And invention of wheel, what we have seen in that, a remarkable discovery as it enabled people to move from one place to another place. That means the wheel was very important and landmark discovery, and it helps that people to move from one place to another place. And even the potter wheels, then they developed the potter wheels, and with the help of that potter wheels they made different pots. Later the spinning wheel also they made to make a thread also. Then pottery, we have seen pottery was using to store the food grains, milk and water. Some of the remains pottery found show that they are beautifully painted and crafted. In the initial days it was, the pottery was bare, but later the man started decorating and crafting the pottery also, and they using that pottery to store the grains and food and water also. Then the Neolithic tools we have seen, the stone tools were well shaped, well polished and had a sharp cutting edge. That means here in the Neolithic age the tools were also improved. It was very sharp, polished and well shaped also. Stone axes, plugs and sickles were used in the farming. Then houses we have seen, about houses, what we have seen in the houses. During the Neolithic age, people gave up the nomadic lifestyle and settled down. They gave up their nomadic life, they stopped roaming here and there. They gave up the roaming from here and there, and they start settling at the one place, and for that they made a house. Mud house with thatched roof appeared. There was the mud house, and it was the safe and comfortable house they made for themselves, because they start settling at the one place and they gave up their nomadic life. In the social life also we have seen, people began to live in the close knit group. They started living in the group and it became a village. Then the different duties, they were divided as per the personal skill and their talent. Some has given the farming work, some has given the different tasks, some has given the labor tasks. As this is the different tasks given given to the people by the leader of the society. New customs and ritual emerged due to the settled life. Then they started living in the group, so they organized the different function and ceremonies, and so new custom and ritual developed from there. Now today we are going to see the case study, the sentinels. So what is there in the case study we will see today. You also open the page number 31, and there is, after social life, there is the case study, the sentinels. It is the tribes, it is the types of tribes, and its name is sentinels. So the sentinels are an indigenous tribe in the Andaman and Nicobar Island. That means this tribe is from Andaman and Nicobar. This is the indigenous, that means the Swadeshi Jamati. This is the tribe's main Jamati, and it was the indigenous tribe, and it was from Andaman Nicobar Island. They are believed to be the direct descendant of the African age dating back to the prehistoric era. That means it is the historian said that many scientists have said that this sentinels is from the this is descended from the African voyagers. This is the descendant from the African voyagers. That means they are the main citizen and they are the vanshas from the African voyagers. So the sentinels say this tribes is from the Andaman Nicobar, and many historians believe that this is the descended from, this tribe is descended from the African voyagers. So in the next page, they are believed to have inhabited the North Sentinel Island in Great Andaman Nicobar archipelago for more than 60,000 years. That means they more than 60,000 years they were living in the Great Andaman Nicobar. Where they were living, they lived there more than 60,000 years. More than 60,000 years they were living at the Andaman Nicobar Island. So most experts believe that the tribes date back to the Stone Age. Now many experts search on these tribes, the Sentinels tribes, and they say this tribe is from the Stone Age. That means someone is saying this tribe is from the descended from the African voyagers, but some experts have said, they claim that this tribe is from the Stone Age. They make tools of stone and metals because they found some evidence that there is some stone tools. That means the sentinels, this tribe is from the Stone Age. These tribes resist contact with outsiders, often threatening visitors with bows and arrows. Now some expert has claimed that this tribe, these sentinels, these tribes is from the outside. This is not from the Stone Age, but this is from the another side. This is from the outside, and this sentinels tribe has contact with outsiders, those who threaten the visitors with bow and arrow. Hence, whatever little is known is based on a few contacts made by government, official and social scientists. That means many experts had claimed on the sentinels tribes, different claims and different beliefs are there. Someone has said that they are the descendant of African voyagers, and someone has said this is from the Stone Age, and some expert has claimed that these are the contacted with outsider, those threatening the people with bow and arrow. So the sentinels are essentially a hunting and gathering community. Now here this tribe, what this tribe was doing there, this tribe was their main occupation, their main profession was they started doing hunting and gathering the community. That means for searching of food, these tribes also doing the hunting, and they used to eat the meat. They used to eat meat by hunting the animal. Their main occupation are fishing, hunting, collecting wild plants. That means their main occupation, you just underline that their main occupation was fishing, hunting. That means for the food, for the search of food, they started doing the occupation of fishing. That means they used to eat fish, meat, and they started collecting wild plants also. There is no evidence of agriculture practice. That means the sentinels, this tribe was not doing the farming. They were just doing the hunting and collecting the wild plants and fishing. And there was no evidence archaeologists or the scientists had found they were doing any farming or nothing. So there is no evidence of agriculture practice. They live in a small hut with no side walls and sleep on leaves spread on the floor. So here you can see in this picture the peoples are sleeping on the floor, but what they spread on the floor, they spreaded the leaves. They spreaded the leaves and on the leaf they are sleeping. So they live in small hut for their own protection, for protecting themselves from the wild animal and some the changing situation of the weather. They made hut and they started living in hut, and for the sleeping they just spreaded the leaves on the floor and they just sleep on it, as in the picture you can see. The sentinels tribe make use of items that are washed up ashore for their various needs. Now here the sentinels tribe make a different tool for their according to their needs. According to their need they made the different tools. Javelins, bows, arrows are commonly used for hunting and to protect themselves. For hunting they needed bows and arrow to hunt the animal. Once they hunted the animal, then it was their food and they eat that animal's meat, and it was commonly used javelins, bows and arrow. As there has been no direct contact with these people, we do not know much about their language. That means about their language is not known, but these sentinels, this tribe was living at the Andaman Nicobar Island, and many experts has claimed different that this tribe is from, this is the descended from the African voyagers, or some expert has claimed this tribe is from the Stone Age because the expert found the evidence of the stone tools, but there is no evidence of the agriculture. So here we have just seen the first tribe, the sentinels. So you just note down this main point of case study, the sentinels. These are the main point you have to note down in your notebook. Then we will see the Neolithic side northwest. Okay. So first you note down, I give you 2 or 3 minutes to note down these all points in your notebook. Now I hope student you have written this. Now let's see the next site, Neolithic site northwest case study, Mehergar. Now Mehergar is a Neolithic site dating back to about 7000 to 3200 BCE. That means before the Yeshu's birth, this site was this site was found by the historians. So it is located in Kachi plains of Balochistan, present day in Pakistan. Where this site has found, this site was found at the Balochistan. This site is located Mehergarh. This site is located in the Kachi, which is in the present Pakistan at Balochistan. This site shows the earliest evidence of farming and herding in South Asia. That means about this site, the expert has found, the historians has found the evidence of farming and herding the animals. Farming and herding the animals in South Asia. Archaeologists have divided the site into 7 periods. That means the archaeologists had found this site at the Kachi in Balochistan, which is present in Pakistan. Mehergarh, this site is now in the Pakistan, and archaeologists have found the evidence of farming and herding the animals in South Asia. And the archaeologists have divided the site into the 7 period. The first being the pre-pottery Neolithic period that dates back to the 7000 BCE. The first archaeologists have divided this site in 7 period. The first period was pre-pottery period. First period was, you just underline that. The first period was pre-pottery period, Neolithic period, and it was about the 7000 BCE. They are of the opinion that the site was abandoned sometimes between 2500 BCE and 2000 BCE. That means sometime the archaeologists have gave up about this site. They didn't want to search anything on that particular site. So in between the 2500 BCE and 2000 BCE, this site was gave up by the historian. But the excavations of the site have revealed a gradual progress from the hunting, gathering to the cultivation of plant. Then again they started the excavation of this site. Again the historian wanted to find something evidence of this site. So what the historian found in that site, they found the hunting, gathering and the cultivation of the plants. The early inhabitant grew barley, wheat and dates and the herd cattle, goat and sheep. Now it was this site was the gradual progress. This site revealed a gradual progress for the archaeologists, and archaeologists found the evidence about this site, like in that site the people used to do farming and hunting and cultivating the plants, and in the initial days this site of people grew barley, wheat, dates and herd cattle. In this site, in the initial days, in that site people grew grains like barley, wheat and dates. Now, and what they used to do, the northwest side people used to do herded the cattle, goats. That means they started domestication of the farm animal, like goat, sheep, cattle, and during the early period they lived in mud brick houses and used stone and bone tools. Now from protecting themselves from the wild animal, because all these people used to live in the forest. So protecting themselves from the wild animal, they made house from themselves. To make them safe and for the comfortable, they made house from themselves, and they made house with mud bricks. They made house of mud bricks, and even they used the stone like bone tools and the stone tools also. Evidence of bead making, tanning and metalwork have also been discovered for the latter settlement. Then again the archaeologists have found again some evidence like bead making, tanning and metalwork. So about this site is located at the Pakistan. present Pakistan. Basically this site is from the plain Baluchistan which is present in Pakistan, and in the between archaeologists have gave up about this site. They didn't want to do any search on this site, but later they started doing study of this site. So they found many more evidence of this site, and what they found? They found the gradual progress from hunting and gathering and to cultivation of plants. And at that site people earlier they grew the barley, wheat and dates in their farm. Then later again some evidence the archaeologists had found the herded cattle, goats and sheep. So, and to protect themselves from the weather and from the wild animal, they made a mud house from themselves. And what types of tools they were using? They used to use the stone tools and the bone tools also. By 6000 BCE, handmade pottery made an appearance. That means here again the archaeologists have found another evidence of handmade of pottery. That means the archaeologists found many of the samples of the pottery over there. So we can guess that people, the southwest people used to make pottery also for their own use. So the terracotta figurine and the pottery which execute geometric design have also been found along with the ornament of beads, seashells and semi-precious stone like lapices and lazuli. So here what the archaeologists have found? Archaeologists had found the terracotta figurines, that means some statues, some murtis, and pottery with the geometric design, and the very decorative and attractive potteries also there archaeologists have found over there. Even with that pottery and with that jewelries, they also have found ornament of beads, some jewelry they have found, beads, seashells, semi-precious stone like lapis lazuli. And latter phase of development, archaeologists have found the evidence of advanced techniques being used for manufacturing purpose. That means even the archaeologists have found the evidence of their techniques. That means the peoples were manufacturing that pottery, some murtis and all. So here about this we have seen northwest case study of Mehergarh. So I hope student you have written this. So I just write the main points of this case study of Mehergarh. So student, you also note down this all. I am writing, you note down this all with me in your notebook. So we are here starting the case study Mehergarh northwest. The main points we are writing on the board of this case study. The grains like barley, wheat, dates, they grew in their farm, and they used to do herded cattle, and goats, and sheep. They lived in mud house. They lived in mud house and used stone stool and bone tools also. Stone and bone tools. Now again, the archaeologists had found the evidence like terracotta, figurines, and potteries. With exquisite geometric design. With exquisite geometric design. And the ornaments also, even what they found, advanced technique. Advanced technique. Advanced technique of manufacturing purpose for manufacturing purpose. So here we have write the main points of the case study Mehergarh Northwest. So you also note down this all the main points in your notebook. Now today 2 case studies we have done here. One, the Sentinels, and the second one is the Neolithic site Northwest case study Mehergarh. So and even the main points also we have note down here about this case study. Now in the next video we will see the case study of Burzahom and the case study of Dojalali Hadin. So till then, bye bye, take care and thank you.